Hi guys. Hello. Sorry I'm running a little late tonight, but we're here. And we're ready for Awaken Now, the training. Hello, hello. Hi Dee Dee. Welcome, welcome. Hi Latasha. Welcome. Welcome guys. Sorry I'm running a little behind tonight. It's been crazy trying to get home. We had a thunderstorm and so just kind of crazy stuff, and I had to run home and try to get ready for you guys. So welcome, welcome. My screen is a little tilted. I'm trying to get it straight, but you know how technology is sometimes. So welcome, welcome, welcome to Awaken Now, tonight's training. We're going to talk about boosting your self-esteem in 3 easy steps. And tonight's going to be part 1. So I'm going to share this with you over 3 parts, since there's 3 steps. So I'm going to give it a few more moments just to let some more people come on. And how are you guys doing tonight? Let me see some comments in the chat box to see how you're doing tonight. How's it going? How's your day been? Are you happy people, right? Motivated people? Let me see some comments in the chat box. How are you guys doing today? And I know we have Dee Dee. Who else do we have on? So welcome, welcome. All right, welcome guys. Everybody's shy tonight, huh? Either you're shy or you're driving or something, but let me just see how you're doing. I like the hearts. Thank you, thank you. Thank you for the hearts. Appreciate that. All right, so since we're running a little late, I'm gonna go ahead and get started because I don't want to hold you guys long, and everyone else will have to catch the replay. So tonight, we're going to talk about boost your self-esteem in 3 easy steps. Hi, love. I'm doing well, Valley. Great. I am awesome today. Thank you. Thank you. So we're going to talk about boosting your self-esteem in 3 easy steps. And tonight's going to be part 1. I'm going to break this down into 3 parts for you. So you have to come back next Tuesday for part 2, and then the following Tuesday for part 3. Hi, Samantha. And so if you were on live at 5 earlier today, you heard me say that I'm going to focus this whole month on self-love, self-esteem, right? All about caring for yourself. Thank you guys so much for inviting followers and sharing. Hi, Samantha. Thank you, thank you. So tonight we're going to start off with the first training on how to boost your self-esteem, okay? So when you think about self-esteem, right? A lot of times it's hard for people to really understand what self-esteem is. I'm trying to make sure this is straight enough so you guys can see it. Okay, a lot of times it's hard for people to really understand what self-esteem really is. So I want to start by helping you understand what it is, right? If you can remember like a time back when you were a child, right? Remember when you were in, let's say, middle school. I think middle school is always that age where you get a lot of kids picking on each other, you get bullying, you get, you know, all kinds of stuff going on, and maybe nowadays it happens even in elementary school, right? But if you can remember back when you were a child and you were in school, and you probably can remember some experiences that you had that may have caused you to have low self-esteem, right? Remember how kids used to pick on you if you were, of course, overweight. If you had a weight issue, they picked on you if you had freckles. They picked on you if you were the tallest girl in the class, right? Any number of things, right, that you can think of back when you were a child. You probably encountered some of the things that kids do, and you know, we've heard it said before that kids can be cruel, and they can be, because a lot of times they really don't you know, understand the logic behind making sure that you're compassionate and caring for each other and not picking on each other, right? So if you remember back in your childhood, there may have been some experiences that you encountered that caused you to have low self-esteem, right? So if your peers were picking on you for any number of the reasons that I mentioned or anything other than that, you really may have suffered through that, and you ended up being scarred, basically, right? And came away with that low self-esteem. The sad thing about this is most of us, when we've gone through that as children, most of us actually bring those feelings into adulthood, right? And we may not always recognize it as being low self-esteem, or even recognizing that that's where it came from. But we end up bringing it into our adulthood, and we end up having a hard time really identifying why we struggle with it, right? So what is self-esteem? Exactly what is self-esteem? Well, the short and sweet of it is this. It's how you see yourself, right? The short and sweet answer is self-esteem is how you see yourself, right? I love this picture of the cat and how he looks, in the mirror, and he sees himself as a lion, right? So self-esteem is really how you see yourself, right? And it's really about having a positive and a realistic sense of who you are, right? So it's about liking yourself. It's about understanding your strengths. It's about believing in your abilities, believing in yourself, and recognizing also the areas that you may still need a little work in. So it's about getting to know really who you are and how you see yourself, right? A lot of times people see themselves as less than, as not worthy, as not smart enough, not pretty enough. All of that stuff is like how you see yourself. And based on how you see yourself, that builds up your self-esteem to, a high self-esteem, or it brings it down where you end up with low self-esteem. And so when you deal with low self-esteem, it shows up in every area of your life. It'll show up in relationships. It'll show up on your jobs. It'll show up in your business. It'll show up in every area of your life. And usually how it shows up is you allow people basically to kind of walk over you, right? You allow people to treat you any way that they see fit to treat you. Hi, Ryan. So, and it shows up in ways of you accepting that treatment from other people, right? It also shows up in ways of you being not confident, not bold in what you believe in, or what you're trying to do, or what you're trying to accomplish. You end up being a little timid because you have low self-esteem. You end up not just standing in your full power. Hi, Ryan. And so that's how it can show up in your life. So let's say that if you're operating a business, you're trying to operate a business, a lot of times it can show up because you're not charging what you're really worth. You're afraid to charge what you're worth because, you don't feel like you're worthy. That's all a part of low self-esteem, right? If you are on a job or in a career, it can show up by you not going after that promotion, right? The promotion that you want, but you won't go after it because you have low self-esteem. You're dealing with low self-esteem. You don't believe in yourself or your abilities to get that promotion, right? Or to even do the job that you really want to go after. So it can show up in many different ways. In relationships, again, it shows up by you allowing other people to treat you any way, and you accept that, and it's okay, right? Or you always trying to be the people pleaser and making sure that everyone is happy and everyone is, getting what they need, and not really paying attention to what you need, right? Putting yourself second, putting yourself third, fourth, right? At the end of the line, because your self-esteem is very low. So that's how it can show up in your life. So when we think about our childhood experiences and how they can influence our level of self-esteem, right? We have to also know that there's a lot that we can do as adults to boost our confidence, right? So there's another word that really is in alignment with self-esteem, and that's confidence, right? Because if you have low self-esteem, you're not going to have a high level of confidence. So they kind of go hand in hand, right? So what I want to share with you I'm going to do this in 3 parts. So the first part tonight is step 1 of how you actually boost your self-esteem. Okay, so step 1 is practice your faith. So what do I mean by that? Practice your faith, right? When you think about your faith, right, for many of us, our spiritual faith defines who we are. It defines our purpose in life, right? And a lot of us let our faith actually show the value that we have in ourselves, right? So faith is one of those things that is very important in most people's lives, right? And it almost doesn't matter, like, you know, what, I don't like to get in like to different religions and stuff, because it really doesn't matter what religion you are. Just knowing that there's a higher being, there's a higher source, right? Greater than you, that created you, and knowing that source, when it created you fearfully and wonderfully, right? It created you to be powerful and strong and victorious and live in abundance and, you know, have greatness and have purpose in your life. Just knowing that, right, is all about your faith. It's all about practicing your faith, right? So how do you actually put your faith into practice? How do you actually put it into practice? We've talked about faith on a couple of my Periscopes at Live at 5, and a lot of times what, you know, I get, some things that I get from different people is that they really don't know how to increase their faith, or they don't even understand, you know, what faith really is, right? Well, the Bible plain and simply tells us that faith is the evidence of things not seen, right? The evidence of things hoped for, right? So, but when you think about faith, faith is something that you really believe in, right? You believe in it in its existence. You believe that whatever it is that you are hoping for, desiring, or, you know, have a passion for, you believe that it is already there. You believe that it is your birthright to have it. That's all a part of faith, right? So practicing faith, building your faith, you need to do that in order to help you build your self-esteem. So how do you practice faith? Number one, you do it through meditation and prayer, right? Now, again, if you follow me on any of the social media platforms, or, you know, on my website, on my blogs, or any of that, if you follow me, you know that I'm a huge proponent of meditation and prayer. I'm always telling my clients that is the one thing that you must have in your life, and you must start your day with every single day. Meditation and prayer, right? Because that aligns your inner spirit every single day. It opens up the gateway and the doors for that communication from God. I call my higher being God, right? From that higher being, God, whatever you want to call it, it opens up the communications so that you can receive proper instructions, proper guidance to help you as you go through your day, right? So not starting in that place every day is you know, it's almost like you trying to start your day by going to bed, right? Like it's nighttime, you're flipping it around. But here's the thing. Prayer and meditation has to be a very vital part of your life. It just has to be, if you want to see the success that you're seeking in your life, no matter what it is, no matter what your next is, if it's going into business, if it's raising your family properly, if it's having a healthy marriage, if it's having healthy relationships with your family members, whatever it is, you need prayer and meditation. Because all of your answers, let me say that one more time, all of your answers are within you, right? So hiring, you know, people to help you dig those answers out, people, you know, people like coaches like me, right? Whether you do that or not, you still need to understand that all of your answers are within you, right? So for me, being a coach and being an effective coach is all about pulling out those answers that are already within you, helping you pull them out, right? Because I can't pull them out by myself, but I can help you pull them out because they're there. They're there. But in order for you to hear them, in order for you to have clear direction on the answers, you've got to spend time in meditation and prayer. You've got to spend some time quieting your mind, quieting your life, right? A coach helps you to pull out what is in you. Absolutely. Absolutely. You've got to spend time getting in the silent place, right? And in that silent place is where a lot of people struggle, because our lives have been created to be this thing of doing everything fast and doing everything quick and having everything in a microwave moment, and there's no stillness in the life that society has created for us. There's nothing about that shows us stillness. It's always being on the move, being on the go, going to get this, going after that, trying to do this, trying to do that. There's nothing that society teaches us about being still. And being still is the one most important thing that you need in your life, right? So first thing is to practice your faith is meditate and prayer, right? Meditate and pray. And so I suggest, when I'm talking to my friends, my family, my clients, I suggest doing this first thing in the morning, because that is the start of everything. Every new day brings new mercies. That's what the Bible says, right? Every new morning brings new joy, right? It brings a sense of a new beginning. And so you want to make sure that you're beginning in the right way. You're beginning in the right direction for your day. And so prayer and meditation commands your day. It helps you to really command your day. If you just get up every morning and you just get dressed, you go to work, and you just go. You're just existing. But if you start your morning in prayer and meditation, get your instructions for the day, right? Ask the questions that you want the answers to. Ask the question, who can I serve today? What can I do to be of service to someone else today? And listen for the answers, right? Now, here's another key thing that I want to help you understand. Prayer is nothing more than conversation. Don't make it about anything other than that, because we get so caught up in, how should I pray? Should I be on my knees? Should I, face the sun? Should I have my hands clasped in front of me in the prayer position, or should I even be in the position that you see this woman here is pictured on this picture, right? We have all of these questions about prayer, and prayer is nothing more than conversation with God. That's all it is. Don't make it difficult. Prayer is you having a conversation with God. Absolutely, Samantha. Thank you for sharing that. Absolutely. That's all it is. Don't make it difficult, right? It's a conversation that you're having with God, just like you would have a conversation with me, right? Don't try to make it all formal, and all the these and the thous and the, the Heavenly Father this and that. Forget that. Just have a conversation. God already knows what you're getting ready to ask. He already knows what you are in need of. He already knows what you're dealing with, what you're struggling with. Just have a conversation. And here's the thing. Make sure that the conversation is not all about, he made you. It's not all about you asking for stuff. Right? That's not a conversation. Your conversation needs to be more about you getting wisdom and guidance for this life, this thing called life that he has graced you to be able to live. That's what your conversation should be about, right? Your conversation, yes, gratitude and listening, absolutely. Your conversation should be about, how do I be my best self today? How do I serve someone else today? Right? Most of the time we get caught up in our prayers with asking for stuff. We want all the stuff. But we don't want to really take time to understand who we are, right? What God really has for us to do. Hi from my love, you, and may God bless. Thank you. Thank you. And so make that prayer about, getting wisdom, getting guidance on what should I do today? How do you want me to serve today? What should I focus on today? Those are all questions that you can ask in your prayer time, and you can get answers to them. So now here's the other big key to prayer. You got to get quiet, right? You can't do all the talking. So as we said, prayer is nothing more than conversation with God. So if the conversation is one-sided, it's just you talking, that's not a conversation. That is a monologue. You want a dialogue, right? A dialogue is two people conversing. So you got to get quiet so that you can hear the answers, right? So what I like to also instruct my clients to do is make sure that you go, you have a pad and paper with you, right? And I know that's going to be weird for some of you because you've been taught, for so long that, you got to pray with your eyes closed, you got to pray with your head down, head bowed, and, all of that. And so you're thinking to yourself, how am I going to do that? And then have a piece of paper and pencil to write stuff, right? So that's why I'm saying throw out the traditional stuff that you've been taught about how to pray and just have a conversation. And then when you finish having your conversation, when you finish talking, be quiet, right? So that you can hear the Spirit talking back to you. Just be quiet. And then write what you hear. Now here's another very big thing about what you hear. When you write what you hear, don't try to analyze it. Don't try to figure it out. Don't try to, say, well, oh no, that doesn't make sense. Or, I wonder why I heard that. Or, oh, here's the big one. Is it me or is it God? That's the big one, right? Don't do any of that. Just write what you hear. Write what you hear. And then when you're done, here's what's so great about the conversation and the time spent with God in quietness. When you kind of know when the conversation is stopped. I mean, for me, I have to speak for me, but I truly believe that as you practice this every day, as you get really used to practicing and used to hearing His voice, you know when it's stopped, when there's nothing else coming. So you kind of know when that session, if you will, has ended, right? And so when that happens, when it has ended, then you want to make sure that you take a look at the list that the things that you wrote down, right? It may not be a list. It may just be some things you wrote down. Hold on one second, guys, because my battery is about to die. So you want to take a look at what you've written down. Bear with me here. Woo-hoo. All right, we got to get it plugged up because I don't want to lose you guys. Okay, you got to take a look at, sorry about that, what you've written down. And then what I say is, validate it with truth, right? And so to answer your question about, is it me or is it God? Is that am I talking myself or is God saying that? When you validate the things that you've written down, the easiest way for you to know if it is from God is to hold it up to truth, right? So anything that is encouraging, uplifting, edifying, right? Boosting you up, anything like that, we can be assured that it is from our higher source. It's from God, because He only wants the best for you, right? If it's something that is disempowering, judgmental, or putting you down, making you feel less than, making you feel guilty, making you feel shame, making you feel embarrassed, any of that is not of God. All right? Even though there may be some things in your life that you do feel guilty and shame and all that stuff about, right? That's a whole different thing that you need to deal with. But in your quiet time with Him communicating with you, that's not what He's going to give you necessarily, right? I mean, if there's some things that you need to correct in your life, then you may feel some conviction about that. And you'll know that conviction. We all know it. We all know it. We try to, overlook it, but we know what it feels like, right? It's not anything strange. It's not anything spooky. We know what conviction feels like because that little voice inside of you tells you this is not right, right? So I'm not going to spend a whole lot of time on that, but just know that starting your day with meditation and prayer is one way to practice your faith, which will also build your self-esteem, right? Okay, the next thing is this. Read inspirational messages. Now, this quote is from Sugar Ray Robinson. It says, to be a champ, you have to believe in yourself, right? When no one else will. So read inspirational messages, right? Pick up a few books by spiritual leaders, the ones that you admire, right? Or the ones that you follow. Reading is fundamental, guys, right? If you want to be successful in whatever it is, you got to read. You have to read. So find that spiritual leader, spiritual teacher that you admire and that you follow, that you like. Find the books that they have written to guide you. One of my favorites is T.D. Jakes, right? I absolutely love T.D. Jakes. I love his books. I love his writings. I love how he breaks it down practically so you can understand it. Okay? So find those books and start to read, right? If you're looking for new ideas, then go online or ask your friends, right? Ask other people, what are you reading? Right? Now, if you ask your friends what are they reading and they tell you they're not reading anything, you might need to get some new friends. Okay? I'm just saying. No judgment. No blame. I'm just saying. Your friends should be reading something. Okay? Just like you should be reading something. All right? Okay, then the next thing is this. Discuss your beliefs. Okay? I'm trying to correct a few things as I go along here, so forgive me. Discuss your beliefs. So you need to clarify your thinking and challenge your assumptions by talking with other people, right? Now, again, you want to make sure that you're talking to the right people. You want to make sure that you talk to people that you can trust, right? Talk to people that are living the life that you desire to live. Don't talk to anybody that is not living the life that you desire to live, right? If they are struggling in their life, if they're struggling with their self-esteem, you don't need to talk to them. Find you someone that is confident, right? Has a high level of self-esteem, believes in themselves, right? And shows it through their actions, what they're doing every day. That's who you talk to. Have a discussion with them about your beliefs, right? When you have that discussion with the right person, what will happen is you'll deepen your understanding of your faith and really discover, yes, whose life is not in agreement with yours. Right. You'll deepen your understanding of your faith, and then you'll discover how to put your beliefs into action, right? Because your beliefs have to be put into action, not just sitting back and saying, oh, I believe this or I believe that. It has to be put into action. And remember, I always tell you too, faith is an action word. So if you have faith, then you must act on that faith. Not just say, I have faith that this is going to happen, or I believe that this is going to happen, or I believe that I can do this, I can believe I can do that. You need to put that to action. Okay? So no more sitting around waiting on God. You guys know how I feel about that. That's one that sends me over the edge, right? So no more sitting around waiting on God. Take action. Take action on what you know to do. That's all you have to do. Take steps on what you know to do. And if you're starting your day like I instructed you to in prayer and meditation, He will guide you the rest of the way. So you take one step, He'll show you the next. But you've got to start. You've got to make the first step. Okay? So make sure you find the right people to discuss your beliefs. All right? So those are the three main things on how to practice your faith. And then this is what I want to leave you with. I want to leave you with this little quote and this little girl. I love her. And it says, an original is worth more than a copy. So be yourself. Be yourself, right? So embrace your individuality, right? Your faith will help you to really respect your unique gifts and talents. And it will give you the courage to actually be yourself, right? Authenticity is the basis of true confidence. When you're living authentically, you can be more confident. If you're not living an authentic life, authentically who you are, then you cannot be fully confident. Now, what does that mean exactly? So, if you are living your life right now according to more about what other people think you should be doing, right? Or if you're living your life according to more about pleasing someone else, right? And making sure that they're happy, then really focusing in on what you need, right? And who you really are authentically, right? Then you cannot have a full level of confidence. So be authentic. Embrace your individuality. That's why we all have different fingerprints, because we're all unique. God created us all unique. If he wanted to create us all the same, then he wouldn't have needed so many of us, right? So you are unique. Everything about you is unique, right? So that's what I want to leave you with tonight. I hope that you have gleaned a lot of valuable information to help you on this journey of self-esteem and building your self-esteem. As I said, this has been part 1. I'm going to bring this to you in 3 parts. And so remember that we'll be back here next Tuesday night at 7 o'clock p.m. Central, 8 o'clock Eastern, and then 5 p.m. Pacific time. In the meantime, if you need help with your self-esteem, if you feel like, you just don't know how to get out of the rut of having the low self-esteem, make sure that you connect with me. Connect with me for the 30-minute mindset makeover session. Go to bit.ly/30-minute session 16 and connect with me so that I can help you come out of that place of low self-esteem and really get in touch with who you really are, so you can live this confident, victorious life that you were meant to live, right? So I would love to connect with you. So do that. I mean, I just love to hear from you. I love to talk to people. Most people that follow me on Periscope will tell you if they reach out to me and connect with me. I've talked to several people that I've met on Periscope. I want you to know that I'm approachable, right? That I am here to help you. I'm not just someone who is, just here to teach at you and talk at you. I want to help you in whatever situation you're in to get out of it and live the most victorious life that you can live, right? I want you to create the life that you most desire. And that can be done. You can do that. You can be, and you can do whatever it is that you want. But the things that I teach you, the techniques that I teach you, the things that, I want you to focus in on, those are all things that are going to help you to create that life. So I hope that you have enjoyed this tonight. Make sure that you also join me tomorrow for Live at 5 p.m. Central, 6 p.m. Eastern, and 3 p.m. Pacific time. Join me for that. Connect with me. Let's have this 30-minute chat so that I can help you with your self-esteem if you're struggling with that. But all this month, that's what we're going to focus our Tuesday night on, is building your self-esteem. So next Tuesday, we will do part 2. You're welcome, Ryan. Part 2 of boosting your self-esteem. All right? So I want you guys to make sure, again, this was part 1, and we'll do part 2 next Tuesday. Boost your self-esteem in 3 easy steps. That's what I'm going to help you do. All right? But connect with me tomorrow for Live at 5. Are there any questions before I end? Just let me know, do you have any questions? I'll be happy to answer any questions. Any comments? Anything that you want to, just comment and say. What was your biggest aha for tonight? Hi, Born Again Tweets. It just wrapped up. Oops, but you can catch the replay. Make sure that if you are catching the replay, that you also give hearts. And I love the heart love. So no questions, comments, anything at all. If you guys have any questions, let me know. Let me know, or any comments. What was your biggest aha Who wants to share their biggest aha for tonight? I'd love to see that. Oh, you're driving. Okay. Don't be trying to text and write anything when you're driving. Anyone else? Anyone wants to share their biggest aha for tonight? What was your biggest aha? Okay. Okay, my biggest aha moment is to get my faith back. Okay, great. And so I gave you some steps on how to do that, right? And it's just practice. It's just putting it into practice, right? And here's the thing about, getting your faith back. Know that it never really leaves you. It's just that sometimes doubt overshadows our faith. And so what you have to really start to look at is, what is it that I'm really doubting? Where's the doubt coming from? And when you see that, and when you really can understand where the doubt is coming from, then take that to the Word of God. What does He say about it, right? Somewhere in the Word, it will show you and tell you, why you shouldn't doubt about that certain thing, or, whatever it is that you're dealing with when it comes to doubt. Somewhere in the Word, it will give you the right words to eliminate that doubt, right? And so when you find the right words to eliminate that doubt, then your job is then to take those words, meditate on them, right, every morning, speak them every morning and throughout the day. Speak them as often as you can, because the more you get it deep down within your spirit, the more you're building your faith, right? So when you find the words that feed your spirit and give you a feeling of, wow, I can really believe that, right? I can really feel the truth in that. Then those are the words that you should be repeating every day. Those are the words that you should be meditating on. Those are the words that you should, definitely keep close to your heart, because that's how you're going to build your faith. All right? Anything else? Any other questions, aha moments? I'll give you a few minutes. I know it takes time to type everything out, so let's give you a couple of seconds to make sure I'm not missing any questions or comments. I've enjoyed this tonight, and I hope you guys have too. These are all things that I really, really enjoy talking about, right? And enjoy helping, and serving you guys with. So I hope that you've enjoyed it. Okay, well, if there's nothing else, then we'll go ahead and close out for tonight. And be sure to catch me back here tomorrow for Live at 5. Connect with me for your free 30-minute mindset makeover session. And be back here tomorrow for Live at 5. All right, guys. Have an awesome, awesome evening. You too, Ryan. Have a great night. And we will see you guys tomorrow. Bye.